Right. Well, it's with enormous pleasure that I have Doug Shane in front of me this morning. Thank you very much, Doug, for joining us. Doug is an aerospace engineer. He has decades of work within aviation and has worked on key space programs, including the Spaceship Company and Scaled Composites, where you've been working with the Aviation Hall of Famer Burt Rutan, which must have been a very interesting time, I'm sure. He was more recently president of Kareem Aircraft and is now the general manager at Ampaire. And that's kind of why I'm excited to speak to him this morning. Because from what I understand, Doug, Ampaire have really big plans looking towards the future of sustainable aviation. And what really drew me to you is that the two models that you've decided to work with, the Caravan, the Cessna Caravan, and the de Havilland Twin Otter, are two aircraft that we are very familiar with within our world of skydiving. And I wonder, Doug, if you wouldn't mind maybe sharing Ampaire's mission with what plans do you guys have?
Sure. I mean, we want to be the most trusted and compelling developer of electric aircraft for the future. Today, meaning hybrid electric, because as I think everybody kind of understands, the battery energy density isn't where it needs to be for a pure electric aircraft of any significant performance or range. So we've done a lot of studies of the Twin Otter, and we're currently working on a Caravan hybrid electric aircraft conversion that we hope to bring to market in the summer of 2024 or so. And, you know, it will offer significant fuel savings with a battery electric assist in the takeoff and climb department. So that should be a really compelling platform for the skydiving market, I think, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're talking about saving 40% of fuel, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, it's an emerging technology, right? So everything needs its time to develop and be perfected. But I'm really confident that what we're working on will be a meaningful addition to the general aviation fleet.
Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, because the electrical only model seems to be kind of stalled for a while until technology catches up, if you like. I spoke to magniX just over a year ago, and the things that they were promising, it looked too far in advance. And I've been saying to people on all different avenues of sustainability, we need to be looking at ways to get to places, not thinking about just what the end goal is, but how to get there. And that's what seems to be happening with this hybrid model. Because of course, the problems with electrical only, as you say, there's massive limitations with regards to weight, charge time, the expense, and the infrastructure is just not there. Yeah, so are you planning on using SAF, sustainable aviation fuels, in conjunction with this?
Yeah, for sure. So we're basically, our architecture is a combustion engine and an electric motor that work together, like I said, for takeoff and climb primarily. And the combustion engine can run on SAF. And, you know, the other thing I would say is that, you know, we're really focused on an infrastructure kind of neutral approach, so that, you know, for many missions, the combustion system can recharge the battery so that you don't need a charging station at the destination. Or, you know, depending on how things are strategized, right? I mean, there's still the opportunity for a charging station, and then, you know, it's like think of it as a plug-in Prius.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so I have some questions for you from a couple of drop zone owners and aircraft operators. And one of the power output, is it similar to a current Cessna Caravan? And with regards to the time to altitude, and also the loading capacity. Right now, it seems like you have quite a small load capacity. Is that because of the extra battery weight?
Well, you know, I think for the skydiving mission, it's not nearly as big a deal, right? Because you're not asking for a lot of range. So you can trade the massive fuel for the electric propulsion system, and you know, and honestly, I don't think it would be a limitation for an average drop zone at all. So yeah, we've got a lot of studies of range and payload, but, you know, for an up and down mission like that, it's not going to be a limiting factor.
And how would you see the hybrid working in a straightforward up and down mission like that? How could it work within our world?
Well, so I mean, if you think about the fundamental architecture of stuff, it's the combustion engine and the electric propulsion system will work together for takeoff and climb performance to the same level as a standard Caravan.
Right.
And then, when you come back down, it's again, you can either recharge the battery system with the combustion engine or just save fuel. So, I mean, I think it's actually quite an ideal mission for the airplane.
Yeah, what I'm actually hoping is that someone like yourselves chooses to partner maybe with a drop zone once you have the certification, which sounds like it's coming within the next year or so, which is a huge step for you guys as well. I'm really hoping to get a drop zone interested, and I don't know, how would you feel about maybe partnering with someone in order to test everything out, almost to test the model on a smaller scale before it goes into general aviation?
Well, I mean, I think we're open to any reasonable opportunity at this point. I think it's, our real goal is to get this technology out there for people to use. And the only way that we're going to be able to improve the product is to get feedback from users. And, I think any of those things are great opportunities, potentially.
Yeah. I mean, skydivers are pretty open-minded and they're pretty forward-thinking, and we do want to keep our sport. So I think you have a good audience. When you guys are ready, then I'm sure we'll be knocking at your door.
That's great.
Well, Doug, is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
No, I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you, Pete. And I just encourage you to keep engaged with our website and let me know if there's anything I can answer in the future. And I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Doug. I appreciate it. Cheers.